men as a gender have completely lost the plot, because I just saw a video of 4 men standing on a table in a club above women with Goyard purses? Purses?
And I was like,
you lost me at standing on the table in the club, but purses?
Serena, but why don't you been to like someone else? I'm like,
oh.
If a man tells a woman that he's not ready for a relationship, what he's actually saying is, I don't like you enough. Because trust me when I say this, coming from the male mind and what I've seen in my friends, no matter how busy or at what point a man is in his life, he could be working 14 hours a day on Wall Street. If the woman of his dreams came walking in that room, he would fold, even if he was broke.
You really want to know how a good man gets his heart broken within a relationship? When he has told you time and time again what matters most to him, and yet he continues to be told why it shouldn't matter, or why it should matter less than this or that. But the really messed up thing is that he is the opposite with his partner. He makes sure that when she talks about something that matters to her, that thing now matters to him just as much. Which is why he appreciates a partner that tells him what she wants, because it makes it a lot easier for him to do this for her. But even when she's not good at telling him, he still tries to pull it out of her. He'll ask her clarifying questions, he'll validate her feelings, he will show respect for her opinion, because making her feel loved and prioritized matters to him. But the problem is that when he reveals what he wants on the rare occasion, she calls it controlling and labels him as insecure. When the truth is that man just wants some reciprocation, and when he realizes he's not going to get it, that is when he's heartbroken.
Modern women continue to screw themselves, really honestly and truly. I don't need a man. He don't gotta buy me this. I buy this for my own self and all that other stuff. You're so loud, you're so boisterous with it, you're so bold, you're so confident with it, that the man actually heard you. He really heard you. And when he starts responding to what he heard, all of a sudden it's, well, you didn't have to act like that, and you didn't have to do that, and I still need you for these things. But you screwed yourself talking the way that you talk.
If a girl keeps looking at you, just know this. You've either spilled something on your shirt, or more likely, she finds you attractive. Now listen, a woman will not approach. Instead, she will use eye contact to let you know to approach her. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to walk over with confidence and simply say, "Hi, I don't think we've met before. What's your name?"
So where are all the good men that are still single and live in New Jersey? If that's you and you want to meet a girl like me, drop a comment down in the comments, because this dating stuff, everyone's like, oh, you have to go outside to meet people. That's the problem. I don't go outside. If I'm not going to work or to like the store or something, I'm like inside, unless I'm like out with my friends. But when I'm out with my friends and I'm not paying attention to anyone else, so like I don't go outside to meet people. So if you live in New Jersey, you're around 32, preferably older, and you're single and looking for a future wife, that could possibly be me, drop something in the comments. We can get to know each other, because I'm looking for my soulmate. Maybe it's you.
A lot of these modern women like to comment on a man's masculinity. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Well, I believe a man should be this, and this, right? But I think the problem is, a lot of these modern women really don't have a concept of what a man is. You can have an opinion, but the unfortunate thing for a lot of these modern women is their opinion is wrong. Their opinion of what a man is and what a man should be is wrong. That's not actually how a man works. That's not actually how masculinity works. They don't know that. They're just talking about what they read in some book somewhere.
Before you text that man who already didn't text you back, just imagine him opening your text, getting his ego boost, ignoring it, and then proceeding to text the woman he actually wants to talk to. And then she ends up ignoring him because she realizes that he's nothing special. While you're waiting for a text from him, he's waiting for a text from someone else. So be like that other woman and realize that he's nothing special. You deserve someone who prioritizes you. I love you, and follow for more.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
What are some signs that she is using you? She only appears when she needs something and then disappears when you need effort. And I know that sounds super obvious, but I'm noticing a lot of men don't realize that a woman venting to you and you talking to her back and forth, that's work. For a lot of women, they process and they'll happily use you to process things, and then they'll go about their life and not actually consider you or see you as valuable. And that's the sad reality. I don't agree with it. It's messed up. But just know that that effort you do is worth something. She makes you feel guilty for having standards. You have a right to have standards just like she is. They need to be kept reasonable, of course. Everyone needs reasonable standards in relationships. But you shouldn't feel guilty. Sometimes you guys just aren't right for each other. Next, she'll happily take a lot from you, but she doesn't reciprocate. Especially if it starts to really add up. Some women will use you slowly and with small things because it gives them plausible deniability. If you call it out, well, I haven't really you didn't buy me a boat, you didn't buy me a car. I mean, that IHOP meal was only $30. She can minimize your efforts. But the reality is, using doesn't have to be this grandiose thing. It can be something small and consistent. If you set boundaries with her, she might call you mean or get upset. Someone who genuinely cares about you, they may be a little disappointed by some boundaries, yes, if it affects them in a negative way, but they'll also understand from your point of view that you're trying to protect yourself and take care of yourself overall.
I think what's crazy is that these modern women, they grab a hold of anything. They'll use astrology. Oh, he's a Leo, I'm a Capricorn. He's a wolf, I'm a lion. I think that's an astrology sign, I think, or something like that. Whatever it is. Basically, you're using stuff instead of something that's a little bit more concrete, right? I know we have our different beliefs, right? But modern women are using this type of stuff to say, okay, I do want this man or I don't want this man. At some point in time, you have to look and evaluate this man based on his character.
Are you on my side or my husband's side? He just left to take our daughter to my mom's for the evening, and I told him that I wanted some really good food. I'm hungry. I want something good. So he said, okay, just call our order in and I'll go to Texas Roadhouse. And I was like, okay. So I'm on there and I'm looking at what they got. It sucks because our place doesn't do like the family meal deals. But I was like, okay, I know I want this. I wanted a steak and a baked potato. And I'm like, okay. And then I get my order in and I text him and I ask him, okay, what do you want? He wanted fried pickles. So I canceled the order.
Obviously, listening to the story as is, I think we're all on his side. However, when I went into the comments, that creator explained later on to somebody else's question that she canceled the order because her husband felt like he didn't want to spend the money or couldn't spend the money on a full-on meal. And because she was getting the steak meal, he just wanted a little bit of something to supplement that he felt like, which was fried pickles on top of eating some leftovers at home. However, I bet you anything that man was actually kind of looking forward to the fried pickles, and he was probably also looking forward to you enjoying a good meal. And even though she's trying to like self-sacrifice, that's probably not what he truly wants, girl. Let him do that. Let him be there for you. Let him provide, and then just be really grateful for it.
Modern women don't really know what they want, right? You want a man to take the lead in a relationship, but then you want him to also respect your independence. I'm independent. I don't need nobody. I want you to be decisive, but don't be so decisive that I can't be independent. You got to be so decisive that you got to know when I don't want to be independent. And you got to know when I want to step in and be independent. That's the type of man that I want. You got to know when I want to be told what to do versus when I don't want to be told what to do. And when I don't want to be told what to do, you just get out the way. Huh?
You got a really cool energy about you, very beautiful. If a man approaches you, what do you think the best way for him to do that is?
Confidently, respectfully. Don't do it in a dark place. Don't do it in a fucking parking lot. A nice smile. Don't ask a woman to like stop walking for you. I can't stand that, especially in New York. So like be malleable.
So did a man ever try to stop you in a parking lot?
Countless times.
Really?
And I've given them feedback and then they get mad about it. And I'm like,
That's as scary as can be, a dark parking lot approach. Don't ask the woman to stop for you, so maybe a better thing to do that is say, hey, just for a moment, I'll walk with you.
sure.
Okay.
Or ask, like, do you mind if I walk with you? That would make me so happy, especially in New York. I've got places to go. And if you want to insert yourself in my day, then you got to work with me.
He's exhausted. He is so beyond tired at this point and mentally and physically drained from consistently being told he is not good enough. He is beyond a point now where he doesn't even care anymore because he doesn't even feel anything anymore. He went numb to deal with being a consistent disappointment to you because you've put him on a pedestal that you don't even live up to yourself, but you expect him to. He is trying to communicate with a person that doesn't even take accountability. So with all due respect, at what point do you realize that you are running a man into the ground, take accountability and responsibility for your own marriage instead of consistently blaming him for everything?
I think the part that nobody wants to say out loud, or modern women don't really want to say out loud, is that, you know, their choices really do have consequences, right? And even though you're thinking that men are obligated to rescue you from those choices, the fact of the matter is they're not. A lot of these modern women go out here and they choose a stable guy last. They put him as, you know, last place, last position. Oh, I'll get to him later. And they go out there and choose a guy that they want to have fun with, right? You're choosing to delay commitment. You're going to want that stable guy to come up, that good guy, that good man to come up and be a provider for you a little bit later on. They say, I'll get to you down the road, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. And a man, an actual man that's like, he's got a backbone, he's going to say, no, you chose to ignore me. You chose to disrespect me. Well, how was I disrespecting you? I was always nice to you. I was always cordial with you. Right. But you and I, we had a lot of talks. And you knew what was up. You knew I liked you, and I know you like me. But you got to talking to your friends, and Dante or Draymond or Jack or John came into town, and you just couldn't take your eyes off them. You just couldn't leave them alone. And so you said, I'm go down the road, Tim. I'm gonna focus on these brothers right here. I'm gonna focus on this dude right here. Let that man sweep you off your feet and do a little bit more than sweep you off your feet. Turn you upside down, flip you out a window, all that other stuff. And then at the end of the day, you're like, oh, well, you know, I'm ready to sit down, ready to settle down, ready to find a seat somewhere, have a baby. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's when accountability and consequences going to hit you square in the face. You was out there playing around. And now you want Tim, the good guy, to come save you. Absolutely not.
What makes you so special, Miss Shore?
First of all, I think it would be arrogant for me to say that I am special. I'm special to someone. I'm special to some, but there's no way for you to be special to everyone. Why do you deserve this man? And I think it's ignorant for me to think that every man would want me. Because every man doesn't want me. In fact, to plenty of men, I am a headache. Why? Because I hold you accountable. I'm going to push you to be your best you. I want to know how you feel. Like, it's not enough just for you to be in my bed at night. It's not enough. And for a lot of men, that's a lot of work they don't want to do. They don't want to talk about their goals and ambition. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want to have responsibilities. They don't want the me. So I guess what makes me special, it depends on who you're asking. And it depends on what you need. It's the same thing as like that question, what do you bring to the table? The ability to see what the table needs.
Do you believe that's a problem, that everybody thinks they're special?
I think we are living in a severely delusional world right now.
All right, guys, I need answers. I want to know why men in Australia do not approach women. I need to know. There's so many opportunities for you guys to approach us. Grocery store, gym, in the club, in a bar, in the street, whatever. There is a nice and polite and healthy way to approach women. Like, I haven't been approached, and I know that multiple other single women have never been approached by a man. This is a genuine question. I want to know what it is. Like, why do men not approach? Why is there a trend of this? Like, and everyone from overseas comes to Australia and they're like, I've never been approached. Men don't ask me on dates. What is it? I want market research. I want to know why. Comment below. If you're an Australian man, tell me. I want to do market research.
Most women will sit up here and say, you know, why are men not approaching us anymore? What have we done? What can we do to get a man to approach us? Well, you know, you can see if you can limit the risk of embarrassment. You can see if you can limit the risk of him being called a creep, him talking about, oh, you're harassing, or you talking about him harassing you, the backlash that he might receive. A lot of modern women, with a man telling you, the reason I'm not approaching you is because I feel like something is going to go wrong. I mean, godly, you're asking a man to open up and be vulnerable. This is a man being vulnerable. This is a man being vulnerable with you and saying, I would love to approach you. I would love to talk to you. I don't even know if you're in my league. You might be out of my league. I have no idea. But I'm willing to try. I just don't want to get in here. And, you know, we have to start understanding that failure and trouble, consequence are two different things. Well, you know, you win some, you lose some, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Right. I want to miss the shot and have to run back. Man, dang, rebound. Run back down court and have to get back on defense. And we might even lose the game, right? Because I didn't shoot well enough. I didn't score any points. We're talking about, I shoot the shot, I miss, and I get ejected. That's what we're talking about. I shoot the shot, I miss, I get banned from the NBA. This is what we're talking about. So the consequences of me coming and approaching you, the risk is higher. The risk is astronomical. This is what men are trying to get you to understand. I would approach if it was just me losing the game. If it was just me getting back on defense. Heck, if you wanted to, and I'm shooting terribly, bench me. Put me on the bench. I will ride the pine. Fine. Until I understand and observe, okay, I need to do this better. Let me go ahead and figure out what I can do to get better. And then get back in the game. I can actually practice that. What I can actually foresee, if I shoot terribly, I'm going to get terrible results and nobody's going to want me to shoot anymore. I can fix that. What I can't fix and what I can't foresee is being banned for shooting terribly. Is the commissioner saying, you're a disgrace to this league. Get out of here now. That's the type of behavior, if you can understand the analogy, that's catching men off guard when they say, I didn't know it was going to be all that. As a matter of fact, you can't even come around the NBA. As a matter of fact, you can't even cover sports. Anything that has to do with, you might be able to cover the WNBA or, you know, some kind of college league or something like that, or like the NCAA. But even the NCAA, we don't want you to cover that. We have ties with the NCAA. We have influence with the NCAA, and you're not going to cover that either. The only thing that you're going to be able to do is cover high school basketball. That's the stakes nowadays. Men are saying, why would I even want to go down that road? Why would I even shoot a shot? If you're going to try to completely annihilate who I am as a person, you're going to try to completely obliterate me.
You know why it feels like he's not trying for you, like he's not really doing anything for this relationship? It's because he's just way too comfortable, and that's not good for a man. Because here's what happens nowadays. You as a woman make everything very convenient for him. You text him, you also ask him out. After the second or the third date, you sleep with him, because nowadays it's all possible. Do you realize that not too long ago, a man could not sleep with a woman if he wasn't married with her? A man used to have to make a real effort to be in contact with a woman, by writing a letter or by making an actual phone call. And on top of that, he had to wait for months, sometimes even years, and spend time, money and effort in her before he could finally sleep with her. So if you want that kind of man back, you have to change your attitude and stop making everything so easy for him. Because the only reason why he is doing less and less is because you've been doing more and more in this relationship. So if you want your man to be more proactive in this relationship, you have to start by restricting your energy and start by doing less.
And so who I thought men were was really heartbreaking for me, because I needed them, right? There's, when women really admit it, men pay attention to a woman in a way that no number of women can. There's so much you can cause, and it's independent, by the way, of orientation. One man that you can count on gives a woman a sense of safety that can change her whole life. It can take one man in a room full of 200 women. Someone came to my husband's celebration of life just to say, I never spoke to Greg, but I'm here to represent all the women in our course who, because he was there and how he was being, we were safe. Look around, find Greg and go, okay, everything's gonna be good.
A lot of these modern women, it's cool that you talk about what you want in a relationship, but when a man gets to talk about what he wants, then all of a sudden it's a problem. And men are really saying, man, I would like peace, respect, loyalty. I would like you, there's a lot of men that say, I like physical touch. And immediately a woman's mind will go to, oh, well, he just likes sex. True enough, yes. But then also, you don't really even have to have sex. Men don't really, there's this lady that I really like her content, Alyssa Rhoda, I think it is. But I think I have her in a lot of my compilations. She talks about the need for you, for women, for wives, touch your husband. Come close to him. It's okay. Touch him, rub his back, kiss on him, run your fingers through his hair, give him a massage. Those are things that are not or might not even be inherently sexual, but it's a way to connect with your man. And a lot of modern women, a lot of wives out here are terrible wives. They don't do it. We always talk about how men are terrible. They're not leading in the correct way, but you're not giving a man any of this. No respect, no loyalty. You're not being his peace, I don't need to be his peace. But you also don't need to be his chaos, but you're doing that well. You're coming all up in the house creating chaos, man. Come on now. What you doing? You need to learn, hey, I'm going to say this to him. I'm going to speak life into him. I'm going to build him up. That's what a good woman is. Now, you roll that into being a good wife. But at that point, you being a good person, what makes you a wife is somebody who is dedicated to doing that exclusively for your husband. What do you mean? I'm serving my husband. This is my man. I'm loyal to him and only to him. I'm serving him. I'm giving him peace and only. Now, that don't mean you're like, well, I only, keep peace with my husband. And every one of you can get cussed out. You don't do that. But, there's a level, and this is what men are saying. There's a level of who you should be. You can't even become a wife because you're not even a woman. You're not even a good woman first. So there's a level of being a good woman that, I'm just naturally a person that doesn't start a lot of drama. That doesn't mean that you don't have your little ways about you. Might be a little bit spicy. You might be a little bit sarcastic. You might say some stuff, right? But on the whole, you don't keep up a lot of mess going on, and a huge stuff, a lot of silliness, right? That's just being a good person. I talk, I communicate, I know how to have a conversation. Now, when it turns to me being a wife, now I say, okay, you know, all these other guys out here, I'm cutting them off and I'm going towards him, right? I'm loyal to him. Whatever he wants me to do, I'm going to try to do it to the best of my ability. And he for me, and he for me. And we work off and we do that for each other. I give my body to him, my plans, my vision, I'm giving it all to him. And him as a leader, if he's a good leader, he's going to, you know, do his calculations, say, okay, here's where we need to go. And I'm going to follow him, right? But a lot of modern women, they don't have that in them. And that's why they're still single today.
Stop dating men that don't want you. When a man wants you, he makes it known. If you gotta tell the man the ball is in your court, that man ain't trying to dribble. Oftentimes that man is being ambiguous about a relationship because he don't want a relationship with you. If a man actually saw your value and he know that I can't waste moments with this woman because I see she's a catch, and it's only so long before another man sees that, he gonna take you off the market. The fact that man ain't said nothing about making you his girl, expressing his intentions with you, is letting you know he don't with you like that. Here you are, getting out your feminine frame, trying to tell a man that you available. The fact that you pick up his calls, let him know you available. The fact that you go on dates with him, let him know you available. The fact that you be opening your legs to this man, lets him know that you available. You think he don't already know the ball is in his court? He ain't dribbling it because he don't want you like that. Quit confusing a man's attention for his intention, because those are two different things.
Man says there are plenty of good men around, they just don't want you. And no woman will admit that she ain't. Let's check it out.
There's not a big pool of good men.
That's a lie.
100% lie. That's not a lie.
That is a lie.
That's not a lie.
Listen.
What?
There's not a lot of good men who want y'all. I'm clapping for myself. There's a lot of good men out there we're the good man that they hiding under a rock or in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at Equinox. They at the bank. They walking right past you and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. They're going to walk right by you. And you in LA. If you in LA or anywhere LA adjacent, your pretty face ain't going to go too far because everybody's pretty. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to be born pretty or wake up pretty. But when you leave your house, you're going to be pretty. So everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we're not looking at you. When have you ever heard a woman that not being shit? She'll say, this man ain't shit, he ain't shit, he was bad, he was bad, he was bad, he was bad, my dad wouldn't. There's plenty of good men, they just don't want you.
If your husband had to beg for affection, beg to be touched, to be loved, then something is deeply broken. A man should never feel like a beggar in his own home, not for love, not for warmth, not for simple closeness. If he keeps pouring into you and all he meets is coldness, that wound starts settling in fast. If he reaches for connection and gets brushed off like he is a burden, the message is impossible to miss. If his emotional needs always get shoved to the bottom, he will stop asking and he will stop trying. Then one day he goes quiet and you wonder what happened. The truth is, he learned to stop reaching for you. Affection is not a prize you hand out for good behavior. It is a language of love. And when you keep withholding it, the message lands hard. You do not matter to me. Do not let your marriage become a place of rejection, a place where he walks on eggshells and love gets withheld like punishment. Even strong men break when they feel unwanted in the one place that should feel safe. Couples use our guides to reignite desire and protect emotional connection. Comment unlock, and I will send them to you.
Men don't like you. They like you. Men don't want to be in relationships. They want to Men don't like being married. They like to Don't believe me. Believe what men say.
I'm a 31-year-old man. If I want company, I hang out with guys. If I want to talk, I talk to guys. If I want to play games, I play with guys. If I want to ride my motorcycle, I ride with other guys. If I need help with something physical, I ask a guy because they are stronger. So the only reasons to be with a woman is because I like to look at her beauty, cuddle, and have some kind of schmegs. I can't handle a woman for longer than 2 weeks without alone time because they always drive me, making everything complicated and demand things I wouldn't even do for myself. They also have that horrible trait of trying to fill me up with guilt when things don't go their way one time. So sooner or later, I break up with them because I can't handle another day with them.
Should you approach someone in public that you think is really attractive? Yes, you absolutely should. And regardless of their response, think of the risk to reward of the situation. They could say no, and then that's it. They could laugh at you, which is highly unlikely. And that's more or less it for the negative. But the big positive is that you might have just met the love of your life. So tip 1 for approaching someone, make sure that they want to be approached in the first place. So if you look over a couple times at them and they keep catching your eye, that's a good sign. But if they're not looking at you, they have their headphones in and they just seem uncomfortable, do not approach them. And so it seems like they want to be approached, and so you go up and what do you say? Do not start with a pickup line. And really, if you're not totally confident in the first place about approaching someone, just get to the point as quickly as possible. Because the minute you get up and walk over to someone, you both know why you're there. And so yes, you can give them a compliment, maybe about something they're wearing, but then tell them that you think they're attractive and you'd like to talk more. That way they know very clearly why you're there and they can give you a yes or no. And seriously, if someone's into you, it doesn't matter how bad your approach is, they're going to give you a lot of wiggle room in that first interaction. We all know in the back of our heads that we should go up and talk to people that we think are attractive if we want to date them, because every time we don't, we go home and regret it for 3 days. So you don't have to do it perfectly, and you don't even have to do it well, just make sure that you're doing it. If you like learning about love, follow for more.
These modern women build their life in entitlement, right? When we talk about a man having to be 6 foot, 6 figures, emotionally intelligent, all of that stuff, this is what a woman is expecting, right? I can get with you on the emotionally intelligent. I can get with you on being an effective communicator. I get with you on that. But having to be 6 foot and make 6 figures is really, it's not necessary. You know, once again, you know, I was watching a show with my wife, and some of these things, you really listen to what other couples are fighting over. And you're like, man, you know, that stuff really does not matter. It really doesn't. It's a nice to have, but it really doesn't matter. You guys, and I understand, you want somebody in a certain place. This is the bare minimum that I need to have, right? Or that I want. Some things you need, some things you want. Some of these things that we're wanting, we don't need. It would be a nice to have. And I'm not saying that you need to go out there and you need to struggle. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, you know, some of this stuff that we be asking for and that we say we be needing in a partner, we do not need. And you're making it harder on yourself to find somebody that you can settle down with. You don't have the stomach to say, okay, you know, I can fix this. And then if I don't know how to fix it, I struggle through it and I figure out how to fix it. I have no idea what to do. As a parent, you're going to be doing that. As a parent, you're going to be doing that anyway. You ain't going to know what you're doing. Not even the first clue. You might be reading books. People be telling you, do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that. You don't know what the heck you're doing. It's going to be the same way on the job. I don't know what I'm doing. I told these folks that I can do X, Y, and Z. I don't even know what X is. I don't have the faintest clue what Y is. So you're going to be struggling through it and figuring it out. You're going to be doing the same thing, single, struggling through it and figuring it out. What makes it harder a lot of times in relationships is the other person is working against you, or you feel like you're carrying that other person, right? But once again, even with that, you need to have perspective, because you might be thinking, well, this person is going against me. This person is, I'm carrying this person. This person is dead weight. But then you remove that person because for sure that person is the problem, only to find out, wait a minute, maybe that person was trying to help me out, and I spent so much time yapping that I didn't really realize that what they said was kind of right. It wasn't the way that I would have done it, but they had a point. Maybe I should look at that again. And if that's the case, you know, it might not be a bad idea to call them up and say, hey, my bad, I'm sorry. Now, they might not pick up your phone call or whatever, they might have blocked you, but you reach out and say, I tried. That's a part of you going back and righting your wrongs. Even if they still try to cuss you out and go crazy and stuff like that. Hey, that was my bad. I'm sorry about that. You didn't deserve to be treated like that. And, you know, I really didn't understand it. So for that, I apologize. Whether they accept it or not, I got my life right. And I'm moving forward. It's going to help you in your next relationship, because that's going to be you taking accountability, and you're going to be able to do it freely. You're going to be able to own your part, and you're going to be able to say, now, this is where I felt slighted, or this is where I felt like you were doing this, this, and this. And y'all can sit back and have a conversation without screaming and hollering and accusing and finger pointing at each other. You know, and really a lot of that starts with, in part at least, you know, not being entitled and having these silly, unrealistic expectations and standards.